What's up? It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary J. I'm live and lit right here on iLLANOiZE Radio, man. You just heard a quick recap from the boss man himself, man. I had to chop it up with him at iLLANOiZE Radio. Fourth annual anniversary party at the Promontory this past Monday, man. We just heard from Bekoe, letting us know how he feel about the 4th year. I got him in the building today. Yeah. How you feeling tonight?
This drink got me feeling great.
Hey, Mary J on the bar 10.
On the real. Look, I might have to leave a tip. But hey, yeah, I feel great.
Cash App, Mary JG. Okay, I'll take Cash App, Zelle, PayPal.
But I will say I'm still recovering from Monday.
Still, it's Thursday.
Exactly. That's how you know it was a successful night, when you still recovering.
Yeah, it was successful, man. We was litty gang.
Turned up on a Monday.
Up on a Monday. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk. What's up?
4-year anniversary.
Yeah.
All right. So we just heard, what I'm saying, how you feel. You feel me? But let's talk about the process getting this event together. The behind the scenes.
Well, I'm gonna keep it 100,000 with y'all. So that event date initially wasn't even for an anniversary party. It was for another event. It was actually for an artist who recently dropped a project, R&B artist, and it was initially planned for that specific artist, but things didn't work out. And, in a favor I would like for it to. And I didn't want to cancel that date from the venue because we already pushed the original date back to that date.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to cancel this event date. I'm going to think of something. And it was only right. Like, I've been working so hard, I honestly forgot that our 4th anniversary came about until Illinois Jones, hit me up like,
Jones,
bro.
What y'all?
Yeah, he hit me up on Saturday on the 14th of October, which is our official anniversary date. And he say, bring a bottle to the station. Now, bro don't never just call me and say, bring a bottle. So I knew it was something. So I go grab a bottle and he like, it's our 4th anniversary. Oh, shit. So long story short, I'm like, you know what? We just gonna make this new date our anniversary party and celebrate the station as a whole. Now, the process of putting things together, I mean, I've been doing this since 2015, putting events together, and then staying consistent with putting these events together. So it wasn't a hard process, especially when you got a well-oiled machine. Like, all of us been doing these events together as we've been doing this together as a family. So we all know what works, what don't work, and how to make these events successful and stay on time. So it wasn't hard. It was mainly just honestly making sure we get artists on the bill that will be down. And I figured, well, why not just have artists hit the stage that we've interviewed? And everybody that hit that stage is an artist that we've interviewed on our show. And it worked out, and everybody enjoyed themselves. Man,
it definitely did work out, man. Man, Promontory went up on Monday, man. On a Monday. So give us the secret to the sauce. Like, how is it? Yeah, we need the secrets to the sauce, because you don't see a lot of events. Now, shout out to the Promontory. You feel me? Because I fuck with Promontory. I done been.
Big shout out to the Promontory.
Y'all know I say this a lot of time. Promontory, first place. I hosted my first show, first party show, whatever you want to call it. First thing I hosted, and as far as event wise, and I done been to some dope ass events at the Promontory. Some were just, it's overpacked, people couldn't get in. Some were just like 2 people in there. You feel me? So, but what I noticed with iLLANOiZE events is not even just at the Promontory, you feel me? Just with iLLANOiZE events, the past couple events I've been to, you guys have, bring out a decent crowd.
Yeah.
So what's the secret to the sauce?
I ain't giving the secret to shit, but I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. No, wait. Let me finish.
We gotta come together.
Let me finish, because at the end of the day, like, I put my mind and my brain to at least making this stuff work. So, I mean, that's why they say you gotta, when you go to school, you gotta pay for that tuition, right? Anyway,
I'm gonna give you
a little sauce.
This ain't free sauce.
At the end of the day, it's all about knowing your audience, and then also not depending on your artist to promote your show.
Big facts.
There go the sauce you can get right there.
To ones in the back.
Do not, again, know your audience, and don't depend on the artist to promote your show and your event. It's not up to the artist. It's up to you and your team. You're the one that booked them. So that's the sauce I would give out. Just know your audience and understand that, yeah, you might book an artist with 500,000 followers. That don't mean shit. That person will fuck around and bring you two people. And that's real life facts.
That's real shit.
Y'all think we joking? I'm serious, because I admit, in the beginning stages, I was doing that. I'm like, you know what? This person got a huge following. Let me book them. And then event day come, we damn near barely make sales to pay the venue. So now I lost money because I had to pay the artist and pay the venue, and I ain't make nothing for the brand. So it's really about understanding your audience and then understanding talent, because me, I look at talent. I look at talent and I look at who's going to deliver a good show. And that's what's built our events. Like when people come out, they want to experience the show. And like I put together these lineups for a reason, so it can be an experience. So once you get that down packed, I mean, it's up to you to take it to the next level. And of course, this shit ain't happen overnight. I've had events that brought out 2 people. Well, I ain't gonna say 2, probably 10, 20 people. Like I said, our very first anniversary, we brought out 60 people to a 500 cap venue.
Damn.
It ain't stop us though.
I remember the first event.
You was there.
I had on this ugly sweater. It was on my birthday.
That was your birthday.
Yeah, it was actually on the day Sunday of my birthday. It was on the day. I remember that whole day. As a matter of fact, I had played. I mean, not played, but I had a Bears. The Bears was playing. And I had a barbecue party for the Bears game, and my OG set up the TV like at my uncle and my grandma and them crib. We had the big TV in the backyard. They was barbecuing. So by the time I got to y'all event, I was drunk. I was definitely drunk. But I kept saying, like, I gotta go to this event. And I knew the game wasn't gonna be on. Like, it's just like that day, everything worked out. Like, shout out to Sis, shout out to Pretty Riot, because she put me in tune with iLLANOiZE Radio.
Shout out to Pretty Riot.
And I was just like, like, I'm big on support. So I knew how much of a big deal it was for Sis, being that it was her first anniversary. It was y'all first anniversary, right? It was our very first anniversary. And with her joining, she was so excited to join the team. Like, I remember the whole process. I ain't gonna put you out there right now. We talked about it though. Hey, recap is
they could go visit that video. I believe
it's being uploaded. We talked about it, but she was so excited to join the team, and I just wanted to be, I wanted to support. So I'm like, fuck it, it's my birthday, but I'm a slide. You feel me? I'm slash on my facial support. I won some merch. I don't never win shit.
You sure won. Rich So Leak was there. It was you versus Rich So, I believe. Yep, it was you versus Leak when we did our little music challenge, and you won.
Yeah,
I remember that. Shout out Leak too, because Rich So doing their thing.
Yeah,
he doing his thing.
Sure.
Shout out to the Rich So brand. I got me some merch. Support Chicago brands, okay? But I mean, from that event. Oh, I'm gonna give one more gem. When you speak to these venues too, be honest. Don't say you finna pack out a venue and you know damn well you ain't finna pack out the venue, okay? Like when I booked our first anniversary, I was straightforward with Wire, which is where we threw it. I told them you can expect 60 to about 80 people. And my promise was met. We brought out 64 people that night. So don't lie to these don't lie to these talent buyers, because at the end of the day, your numbers matter when it comes to booking these venues. If you tell them you're going to bring out 400 people, you better bring out 400 people, because they look at that. So just be honest with your numbers. Don't try to spice shit up, and then when the event come, you only brought out 20 people for line. That's going to make you look bad. So, we brought out 64 people to the Wire, our first ever anniversary. And I was honest with them with that. The second anniversary we did at Emporium, brought out almost 300 people. I remember that one. Man, it was crazy.
I remember that too.
Brought out Tony Rometti.
I was so late to the party,
but you was there. That's all that matters.
But I made it.
You was there.
I missed almost everything. I think I was there for like the last 20 minutes.
But you popped out and you was there. You was part of that 300. All right.
Yeah. Okay, and the third one,
we skipped because of the pandemic.
So this is the fourth. So technically, this is the third. Man, Joe, I've been rocking with y'all since the beginning, man. I need a motherfucking medal or something.
Hey, here go your medal right here. You got a mic. Look, you got a whole show. You've been killing it. Like Jay said in his interview, it's amazing the work you've been doing solo. Like, that's not easy, being independent, you know, an independent individual behind this mic.
That was crazy. That's what I want to tell Jay too. By the way, that, you know, it's up. Recap iLLANOiZE Radio Anniversary
Up right
Party.
now.
Shout Everyday Jay. Shout iLLANOiZE Jones. Shout Everyday Jay too for giving me my flowers live. Like, you know, I didn't even know how to. You know how I am with compliments. So I just be like, whatever. But now though, like, just to watch, like I said, like to watch the progress from, because I was there. I was part of the 60 people.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And I was part of the 60 people. I had somebody with me now. And this shit, right? Let's go. Nope.
See?
We ain't leaving right now. You feel me?
See?
Then I started winning shit. I'm like, we're definitely not leaving right now. You feel me? But just to watch that, and then 3 years later, be a part of the actual brand and the platform is just, this shit is dope, man. I never even been a part of a team like this. I've been on a lot of teams. You feel me?
Hey.
And it's, you know, like, I feel like everybody on the team just passionate about what we doing. And it shows, because, like, we ill as fuck.
And speaking of team, I'm going to break down how everybody came together. So
let's do it.
Literally, everybody under iLLANOiZE came together through genuine support. Jay Think Ill, he's running the board right now. I met bro at Only for the Real Radio. He's been sorry. This is my table. I can bang on this table all I want. Hey,
our table.
Look, right. And matter of fact, let me shout out my mama before I get into this story. She bought these chairs. Shout out my mama for the chairs. Jones too. But I met Jay at Only for the Real. Bro been tapped in with me during my music days. And he's been very supportive, like popping out to my events, buying tickets, buying merch from me. It's been genuine support. And, you know, thankfully, he's partnered with us. He's under the brand. You know what I'm saying? Illinois Jones. Jones gave me an interview at Windy City Underground a long time ago, and we just been tapped in. It's been genuine love. And now look, he was about to retire and quit radio. I convinced bro to not stop radio and stay in it, and look at how things is going. Now, Brian Stinson actually is the reason that I started radio. I wasn't thinking about radio at that time.
Shout out Brian Stinson, man.
Yeah,
That's
big shout out to Brian Stinson.
Motherfucking radio brother right there. Real
this
nigga.
Man, he has a knack for talent
real man.
as well.
I stop saying nigga too.
That's why I said brother. But he has a knack for like searching out talent. And he would give me interviews. You know, he'd bring me through several times, and he was like, dude, you got a radio voice. I laughed at his ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. I laughed at his ass like, boy, you tweak it. I'm trying to stick to the music. But me and Brian Stinson had a relationship. Boom. He has his show every Sunday. Pretty Ride. I met Pretty Ride through her just supporting the brand. Like, she would retweet us faithfully, chat with us on like social media. Like, she was just tapped in and finding artists off the site. And it led to her being under the platform, Jimmy.
I remember, she used to be, I want to write for them so bad. I remember the first time she brought iLLANOiZE Radio up to me. She like we was in Carbondale, you know, like college shit, we going through your stuff. Ooh, and I was doing, you know, my show at Carbondale. I wasn't tapped in with Chicago. Like, I was tapped in with Chicago, but not like Chicago media, besides like the people. I was focused on one thing, you feel me? So she brought it up, she kept like saying, you heard it? I'm like, no, girl, like, no. I want to write for them so bad. Like,
wow.
Like, we would be talking about it, and I'm like, well, you know, do it.
And look at God. Look at God.
What if they don't respond? And like, bro, just hit them up. Like, you just overthinking shit, and boom. And you feel me? That's how I got here pretty right.
I reached out to her.
Yeah,
honestly,
see?
I think I reached out to her before she even reached out to me. So look at God. And then, like I said, Jimmy, honestly, we put out an app for people to join. Mm-hmm. Just looking for a few members to help us out. Jimmy and DJ First Class filled out the app. And I mean, it was a lot of people that filled out the app, but theirs stood out. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy is by far a workaholic. Man, I salute that man, Jimmy Sykes, Groove Nuke.
Shout Groove Nuke.
That man is a workaholic, and he continues to strive to look for new talent. And then DJ First Class, we all know that man turned into a viral sensation. if you just never know, that boy go viral every other day. And like I said, he filled out the app. I just like, man, he look like he's good with content, and fuck good. He's great with content, and everybody see how he's expanded. He's part of Revolt, and now he's part of No Jumper.
Okay.
So it's just like dope the way the team came about, and to have a team like what we have, honestly, man, I can't thank nobody but God.
Facts, man. For sure, man. Well, I want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? If you wouldn't have took that leap of faith and, you know, started the iLLANOiZE as a media platform, you know what I'm saying, that I wouldn't even, who knows where I would be, you know, whatever.
I think you'll still
Papa
be in media.
was a road. Yeah, I definitely
be in media.
I definitely still be in media, but you know, wherever he lay his hat,
Here's his
home.
home. And when he died.
But you know, I want to get all up in your business, so we gonna talk about how iLLANOiZE came about, the transition from being an artist to behind the scenes. We're going to talk about all that, man. But we're going to tap into this quick music break. All right, y'all, if y'all didn't know, he started off as an artist. He started off making music. And so we're going to tap into a baddie banger by Official Bekoe. I just like calling him Official Bekoe. It just can't be Bekoe. I don't know. It's too, what's your real name? Not your stripping name.
Bekoe. Fuck you, man. Look, Bekoe. Okay,
he said that's what it is. That's all you getting.
One word, 5 letters.
What's up, y'all? It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary J. And make sure y'all turn me up every Thursday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. right on iLLANOiZE Radio. I'm live, I'm lit. It's a drip with the Chocolate Baddie Show. It's Mary's music, and you know I'm bringing all the sauce. So turn me up. I want to talk about the name and the aesthetic of iLLANOiZE.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you come up with that? Because when I tell people, you know, I'm on iLLANOiZE, they be like, oh, damn, that's dope. That's dope how y'all worded it like that. You feel me? So how did that come about to you?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even remember.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Look, I think one day I was just chilling. Oh, there we go. I got it. I was already prepping my album. Okay. I didn't have a name for my album. And I was like, I got this song. So I was prepping my album, but I needed a lead single. And the lead single to me is always the title song. So I'm like, man, I want to do something for the city. I want to do something for Chicago. I'm like, man, iLLANOiZE is dope. That sound, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a song called iLLANOiZE. I made the beat. And when I made the beat, it was actually for a friend of mine by the name of Danny P.
Wait, you made the beat?
Yeah, I made that beat.
Like you produced?
I produced before I started rapping, yeah.
You learn something new every day.
I produced before I started rapping. And I sent that beat to my homie Danny P. And he was, I wouldn't say he wasn't ready for it, but he told me like, bro, you made this beat ahead of your time. And I felt that. So instead of him using it, I took it for myself. And yeah, I came up with the chant iLLANOiZE, iLLANOiZE. And yeah, from there, the song was made. And then I'm like, you know what? I just made the song a brand. Not even intentional. I didn't know what the hell I was doing in the beginning. I'm just like, I want to put a song together. Let me get some shirts. I was just trying to pretty much push the song, market this song.
So it was just for a song.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
You had no idea this was gonna be your baby.
Swear, exactly. Like it was. Like I was always into marketing. I'm like, how can I fully market this song alone? It's my first.
That's
single.
Your first single.
So I'm like, iLLANOiZE. Okay, let me go get some shirts made. Got some shirts made. It originally had the hashtag on it, and the shirt started selling. Shout out to Tink, because she was honestly the first artist that wore iLLANOiZE shirt.
Shout out to Tink.
And she was in high school at the time before she, I guess, was homeschooled and things of that nature. But she was wearing the hoodie in high school, and from there, other students started, like hitting me up on social media for the shirt. So the shirt started expanding and growing. People in different cities and countries started hitting me up for the shirts. So I'm selling merch. I'm new to this, so I'm like, oh, I'm learning as I go, literally. So big shout out to Tink, because she was one of the first artists to rock that, and you will see her rocking iLLANOiZE in a couple of her videos. She got a video with Maddie Baby. That was one of their first videos to hit 1 million.
Young flashy and cocky.
Yep. She was her.
I seen that.
Maddie Baby and her was rocking the Illinois hoodie.
Y'all know I'm tapped in. Hey, shout out to Maddie Baby.
Big
Shout out to the
Maddie
gang.
Baby.
You feel me? And the whole young legends. You know, real life Chicago goats. If you know, you know.
And they was rocking in the video. But like I said, you know, she rocked it from there. The merch started growing, and this is when I really locked in with iLLANOiZE, like the album. I dropped the album.
So you named your album iLLANOiZE.
The album iLLANOiZE, and I put my all into it. It was originally supposed to be a collaborative project, but Chicago is iffy. I'm not finna lie to y'all. A lot of artists at this time was egotistical.
At this time, or still is.
Still is. I'm not finna lie. Artists is look. It's dope that we have a platform where artists is willing to come through. But I ain't gonna lie. If you're an artist and you looking for features, yes, artists is egotistical, and prices it varies
depending on who you are.
And at that time, motherfuckers really didn't know me, so they was taxing me like crazy. So I'm like, you know what? Well, fuck y'all. I'm gonna work with people I know, even though I'm trying to work with these names. I mean, I got a couple few now. I got like Tink and Dreezy that hopped on the track with me, which was cool. But overall, I just linked with people that I rock that was cool with me, like TMP, Ross Augusta, my homie DJ Trey Eels hopped on there. I got C Rich on the track with me. I'm trying to think of everybody I got on the tracks on iLLANOiZE, but it's been a while. But I just linked with people who actually supported me and did what I could with the project, even though it was supposed to be a collaborative project. And it was solid music. So to this day, it sells. And that, you know, it's a blessing to have music to this day, literally damn near 6 years, 7 years
almost
later.
10 years.
Getting
almost
close.
A decade.
I dropped it in 2015. So, you know, it's still selling to this day. Thank God that good music prevails. And yeah, it became a brand that I honestly, I had no idea what I was really doing, but I just kept going with it. And shout out to my supporters, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even built the site, iLLANOiZE.co. I wouldn't have built the site.
Man, so let's talk about it. All right. So okay, back down memory lane. So you was rapping, producing, and then boom, media mogul official Bekoe today. Okay, you feel me? But what came first?
What came first was honestly the production. Production came
so you was
first
making beats
before everything. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I would do poetry. I was doing. I would say poetry.
Huh?
Poetry was first.
You got some poems first?
I said this earlier. Don't make me do it. Don't make. Roses are red, violets are blue.
Oh my God.
She look good and I'm trying to screw. There you go. There go my poem.
Wow.
There you go. Hey.
Wow.
But yeah, like I started with poetry. And then I faded into production.
You remember your first poem? I ain't letting up on it. Bekoe the poet.
I do not remember. That sound good though. Bekoe the poet. I like that. But I do not remember my first poem.
Do you remember your first rap?
My first rap, ooh, Goofball. I don't remember the full song, but I remember I'm a goofball, motherfucking goofball, bitch. I'm a goofball, motherfucking goofball, bitch. I do remember that. That was the first track.
Hell no, jeez.
Before iLLANOiZE, I had
you,
Goofball.
Bro,
yeah.
Everybody I asked that too. They be like, oh, no, I don't remember. They remember. Y'all remember y'all first rap. They don't be wanting to say it, but it just took big balls for you to.
Look, I remember when I first put it out. I was on Facebook. I put out a video of my track. Trace, he actually recorded that. It was in 2009.
Damn.
We recorded in his basement.
I was just graduating high school.
Hey, damn.
I'm not that old. I was just graduating.
Well, damn, why you trying to make me feel old? Shit, like what?
No, listen, I'm a little up there, but I ain't that up there. But I was just graduating 8th grade. I'm gonna correct myself. I graduated high school in 2013. I graduated 8th grade in 2009. That's all.
Well, look, at around 2009, while you was, you was doing what you was doing.
I was a shorty. I
was in the studio at my homie Passport Trace Crib. That's where I met like MIC, Lil Chris, Mikey Dollars.
Hey, shout out to them too. They was just in the building.
Yep. That's why I met Chemo. Got a glimpse of D-Lo. But yeah, I recorded out of his studio. She met, I forgot homie name. Cole Stafford. Anyway, recorded that song there. That was my first song, Goofball.
So you from out west?
West side till I die.
Out west 290 shit.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Born in
K-Town.
Cook County. Stayed in K-Town for a while off of Cosner and Kenneth. Went to Sumner Elementary for a little bit before I got kicked out.
What you get kicked out for?
I don't know, man. I'm happy I got kicked out, but I got kicked out because I don't know, just aggression. At that time I was in third grade. I just got real aggressive.
Why? What was going on?
Well, first and foremost, this was the days where principals had paddles. Like facts.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, principals.
Oh, I'm in that era.
Principals had paddles around these days.
Principals, not even just the principals, but the deans.
Yeah, like
they used to take you in this little room and paddle your ass.
And on top of that, security and teachers would put their hands on you.
Yeah,
before it became exactly. So you not my daddy, you not my mom. You touch me, I'm gonna touch you back. So I remember
you was fighting your teachers.
I was fighting my teachers, my security guard, my principals. I'm not letting them put their hands on. Look, security guard put his hands on me. I forgot his name, but if I can remember his name, I'm pretty sure people remember this man as Sumner. But light-skinned cat, kind of short. That man was mean. He put his hands on me. I kicked him in his balls. He ain't put his hands on me no more. Then the principal tried to put a paddle on me. I wasn't going. So it led me to get kicked out ultimately. And I used to talk back to my teacher a little, but I was always a honor roll student. But it's just, I guess at that point in my life, my mama, she was saying it was probably the medicine I was on. I don't know.
Medicine. What kind of medicine you was on?
It was like some.
I'm all up in the tea.
What type of medicine? But I'm gonna just say
what kind of medicine you was on?
It was sinus medicine. It was called Zyrtec. At the time I was young, taking Zyrtec.
The sinus medicine was making you act wild in school. Huh?
Look, anyway,
that's why y'all need to stay away from these doctors.
It was a blessing. It was a blessing because I ultimately moved to Bolingbrook with my father to finish out. So elementary.
You really from Bolingbrook?
No. I'm not. I went to school. No, matter of fact, I'm not even finna. I'm gonna say I'm from both.
That was third grade.
But you don't understand. I'm from both. I'm gonna say
I went to school. Make me understand.
I went to school in Bolingbrook, yes, but during that time, I'm steady going back and forth to this. Exactly, I still lived in the fucking city. So
that's a lot of travel.
My mom was driving back and forth, and that's when she said, "I'm tired of this shit. You gonna have to live with your father." But at that same time, while I'm in school out there, I would literally take the bus to meet her as I got older to her job, and we'll come back to the city. But it was a time in high school, of course. Throughout high school, I stayed out there with my pops, but yeah, it was a back and forth thing. But I'm happy because it was a blessing in disguise, because I really will say that the schooling out there is a lot better than CPS.
Oh yeah.
Like, I learned how to do my taxes. I learned about business.
You learned how to do your taxes?
I learned how to do my taxes in high school, yes. How to do my taxes,
CPS, business. Y'all gotta step it up a notch. Okay?
I even learned how to fix cars, like, out in Bolingbrook. So it was definitely a level up on the education side. So it was a blessing, that I actually landed in a suburban school opposed to CPS. Not dogging CPS, but CPS got some work cut out for them. Mm-hmm. So big shout out to Bolingbrook and their schooling system, because it taught me a lot, and it changed my personality. I went from aggressive, hard-headed little boy to more understanding, because there was a lot more culture out there. Mm-hmm. Whole lot more culture. It was a lot diversity like a motherfucker. I mean, every type of culture you could think about was in the school system. So I learned about different cultures. I had different types of friends. Out here, when I was in third grade, all niggas. No disrespect. I'm just saying it was just all, just predominantly black. Mm-hmm. But when I went to Bolingbrook, it was every culture you could think of, and it was a blessing in disguise.
That's what's up, man. Okay, so producing, doing music to media mogul. When did that transition from an artist to radio personality, Bekoe? How did that come about?
Man, media mogul. Well, iLLANOiZE was created in 2016. Shout out to Tina. I remember she wanted to buy a shirt. This is how iLLANOiZE.com was created.
Okay.
She came to me like, hey, I want to buy a shirt, but it's only on officialbekoe.com. I think there should be an Illinois site. I build websites. So I'm like, you know what? You're right. I built iLLANOiZE website.
Okay.
The next day. the next day when she brought it up to me, like, yo, you should build a site. I built the site, put the merch on the site, and she bought some merch off the site the next day. She was like, damn, that was fast. And that taught me that I can do whatever I put my mind to. And at first I was just really focused on, you know, selling the iLLANOiZE merch off the site. But when I saw how crooked this industry was here in Chicago, but with me trying to get my music out, and especially if you're an artist and you know you make good music, and these DJs is looking for yes, it's payola that goes down. And these DJs want payola, and they really not searching for talent. They looking for the next big name, or niggas with numbers or that money. I say, I'm tired of this shit. So I started, you know, putting my focus on how can I make a better platform, or like how can I better our city scene, like our scene here. What can I do to at least change this fucked up ass stigma that's real? And that's, you know, when I started actually blogging. And when I was in high school, when I was in college, I went to college to DuPage. My writing teacher always told me that she felt I had a knack for writing. And she said I always had something special with writing. And think about it, music too. And she was right. Shout out Miss Nagel. Shout out to her.
The teacher, man. It's the teachers that believe in you when you was younger.
Yep. And you know, from there I started blogging, started just taking my time with, you know, writing about artists that I've always supported, because I've always was a strong supporter even before the blogging. Excuse me. As an artist, this drink fire. as an artist, I would support other artists, and I never had a problem doing that. I would put them on my page, tweet them out. Like, you know, some artists have egos where they don't really want to show love to other artists, and I felt like that was a problem as well. So I stepped out of my artist point of view and went into a journalism point of view, and I actually just started showing love. Even if those artists wasn't showing love back, to me it didn't matter. At the end of the day, my job is, let me just, at least, I like this song, let me talk about it and blog about it. So that's really how the blogging started coming about, and I lost my focus on music because I really enjoyed writing. I enjoy writing. I enjoy supporting other artists. I enjoy just supporting creatives. So I really started leaning my focus towards iLLANOiZE as a brand, and letting other artists know that no, it's not a front. No, I'm not blogging about you to get my music out there. You know, some people, they transition from artistry, but I feel like it put them in a box, because people will be like, man, you used to rap. Now you trying to blog about me. What, you trying to blog about me to get more numbers for yourself? So I wanted people to understand it's not that. I'm actually out here trying to make shit different. And I stuck by that. And as you all see to this day, you know, even through a pandemic, we here. Man,
listen. And the illest, did you have in the back of your mind, like, yeah, this shit gonna be dope? Or you was just, you know, just going about like, yeah, man.
I knew this shit was gonna be dope. One thing I learned about myself is, if I put my mind to it, it's gonna work. I know what's not gonna work for me, and I know what will. So I stick to what I know is gonna work for me. And when I started writing, I knew this shit was gonna work eventually. I knew it wasn't gonna work right in the beginning, because it takes time. Anything you do is gonna take time. I give myself a 5-year rule. It takes at least 5 years for true growth. That's the rule I go by. 5 years. If you don't see any growth from that means you're not doing something right. And then some people say it takes 5 years to make money. Not for everybody. I feel like eventually that revenue is gonna come in. But if you see some growth within 5 years, yeah, revenue can come in. But that's what I always give myself a 5-year rule. And yeah, I knew once I started the site, I'm like, this shit is gonna work. And then radio. Can we could jump into that?
Yeah.
Radio.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to. You know, I'm trying to go through writing. So just to be clear, you were blogging yourself.
Yeah,
you were making these blogs by yourself for iLLANOiZE Radio. So iLLANOiZE started off as a blogging website.
Correct. Yep. As a site, as a blogging site. Yep.
And then earlier you mentioned Jones, what you on? You're probably listening right now.
Yeah.
You mentioned Jones inspiring you to actually do radio. How did that come about?
So it was actually Brian Stinson. He inspired me. But I'm going to get, but you
Jones
good.
Interviewed you, and he said you had a good...
So Brian Stinson actually led me into radio by just pretty much motivating me to do the shit. first and foremost. I wasn't interested. Now, Jones came in because Jones would interview me for my artistry. And we always had a bond. And Jones was on the way out of, he was done with radio. And at this time, I'm like, well, bro, I got a plan. I got a feeling, you know, iLLANOiZE is doing well. The site traffic is doing well. The events is growing. I'm thinking about doing a radio show, iLLANOiZE radio show. He was, yeah, you know, that sound dope. But at the time, we didn't have a platform. Jones was still on Windy City Underground. So what we did was partner up, and we did Illville Radio for like 2 weeks. For 2 weeks.
This is new information.
It was only like 2 or maybe 3 shows, but Windy City Underground at the time, like they were having so many technical difficulties. When we were trying to do the show, it wasn't being ran smooth. And I'm not depicting their platform, because that is a very prominent platform that helped me and so many other artists get to where they at. But like during that time when me and Jones linked and we would try and do Illville Radio, the shit it wasn't working.
It was stuck.
I would just say it wasn't working. So when I told Jones about the plan and I reached out to Logic Radio, because I reached out to all the college stations first. I reached out to UIC. I reached out to Loyola. I reached out to WIIT. I even reached out to some FM stations. No, I mean, I got responses, but when it come to college radio, they can only allow 20% of community DJs. You got to be a student, and they can only take so many public DJs. So it ain't work. UIC was going to pick me up, but it ain't work out how it's supposed to, and Logic Radio responded. From there, iLLANOiZE radio show was created back in 2017 of October. 2017, October 14. October 14th, iLLANOiZE radio show was created. Me and Jones started off the show, and then we brought Pretty Ride on board because I felt like we two dudes. We gon', you know, me and we have our own visions, and I'm like, you know, it'll be dope to add a female perspective within our perspective, because we two niggas, we gonna probably agree on majority of things, but we need somebody to expand our perspective, you know, expand our mind. And that's when Pretty Ride was already writing for the site. I saw she had some previous broadcasting background, and brought her on board. When she first came on board, she was shy as shit. Shy as hell, but she, you know, we talked to her, let her know, be yourself. You well spoken, you outspoken, do you. And she started to finally get comfortable, and iLLANOiZE radio show was born. Me, iLLANOiZE Jones, and Pretty Riot. And then from Logic Radio expanded. They moved. I didn't want to move. I liked the area we was in, and on top of that, I felt like their vision was different from our vision. So I'm like, you know what, let's break off. So we broke off, and we started our own station. And I'm like, you know what, I really didn't want to start the radio station, but shout out to Jones for
Jones, what you on?
Motivated me to do that, because I told that nigga no.
That was my next question. How did you transition from a radio show to your own actual station? Like, I'm still trying to process that. You feel me?
That's how it went down. Logic Radio was expanding. They moved their station to a different area, and I was at the point where I was honestly trying to collaborate with Logic. Like, I wanted to be a part of Logic and be a partner with them. At the time, it was Elliot and KG. KG passed. May God rest his soul. Really good dude, man. Man, shout out to KG. I miss that man. He held us down. And then it just became Elliot I'm gonna just say DJ Epidemic by himself. And I saw the struggles. And I'm a loyal person. I'm loyal as hell. So I wanted to help. I wanted to do what I can to continue to expand Logic. But, you know, like I said, our visions was different. So we just expanded off differently. We separated, and, you know, that's when the station came about. And shout out to Jones, because if he didn't put it in the air, I don't know. I probably would have. I don't know where we would be. We would be somewhere. But Jones was like, you know, we should just start our own station. I told you from the beginning, if we do this show, we got to eventually create a station. He did say that in the very beginning, and it was time. So we created the station, and it's dope because look at all the components under the station, including yourself.
Facts, man. Hey, shout out to y'all. Shout out to you for always, believing. I gotta ask, what keeps you motivated? What keeps you, like, every time I come back to the city, like, you just be on the move, like, working, recording, editing. Like, what keeps you motivated? What keeps, your fire fueling?
Honestly, my kids. Like,
shout out to the babies.
Yeah, my sons, they my drive. Like, I want to be successful for them. At the end of the day, it's about them. And on top of that, when you have a team, it's different. Like, I want to be successful for my kids, and I also want to make sure that my team is situated. So that's honestly the motivation. The iLLANOiZE team, everybody under the squad, man. And then just knowing I have kids that look up to what I'm doing and what I do. Like my 2-year-old, this man to see the iLLANOiZE logo and instantly say Dada.
Oh,
like, you know what I'm saying?
He is so smart too.
That's crazy. He's 2, and he'll see the logo and just Dada instantly. So, and my oldest son, he be in school, and people and his students, his classmates, they know about iLLANOiZE or know about me and things of that nature. So, that's what motivates me and fuels my fire. And then, just knowing that radio has went from a passion to a full-blown career is another motivation, because a lot of people can't say they did what I did, where didn't go to school for this shit, and then radio turns into their career. So I don't take that for granted. A lot of people don't get this type of opportunity. So, that motivates me and adds fuel to my flame of, let me make sure this works, because it's so many people that went to school for years that will never achieve what I achieved within 2 years. And I didn't even, I didn't expect that. But by the grace of God, he's blessed me. And through all this hard work, don't get it twisted, this shit is hard work. You may not see it on the front end, but on the back end, this is a lot of hard work that goes into this that I've put in. So, just being able to do something I love and make it a career for me, I feel like, that's a blessing. So I don't take that for granted. And that's another fuel to my fire.
What's up? It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary J. And if you like any of the bangers I'm playing tonight, you can keep up with all my baddie bangers playlists on Apple Music or Spotify at Mary J. That's Jhay. And on YouTube, Chocolate Baddies. Turn me up. You already know it's lit. Man, so, okay, from producing, rapping, media mogul. Now, you know what I'm saying, you got your own station. And you also host on Vocalo Radio.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So Vocalo, big shout out to Vocalo, shout out to NPR, shout out to WBEZ, Chicago Public Media, one of the top broadcasting platforms in Illinois. Not Chicago, Illinois, which is the 3rd largest market in the world. Ooh. I need y'all to understand that. WBEZ is a top 5 station in the 3rd largest market in the fucking world. So yeah, they picked me up, and I'm on a sister station, Vocalo, which was honestly like a startup station for them, for the urban community. They picked me up, and the way it happened was I actually was reaching out to them on some other business, and it
what was that?
That I can't say quite yet, because I can't say quite yet until it happens.
Man, listen, we need the tea, okay?
You'll get the tea when it happens.
We need the tea, but I ain't gonna put you out there like that, because we messing with NPR and I don't want no smoke.
When it happens, because they look, they're more than likely listening to this. So, but on some other business, which more than likely it may happen. But linked up with Vocalo. They had a slot available. I didn't even know, and I actually said no when the slot got introduced to me. It was midday.
Why?
Because I honestly did not want to do commercial. Well, I ain't gonna say commercial, because they're not commercial. Yeah. They're not commercial. It's not commercial at all. I didn't want to do I didn't want to do terrestrial. That's the best way to. I didn't want to do terrestrial radio. I didn't want to come over a signal, because it's FCC rules. it's a lot of rules and guidelines.
Creativity control.
Exactly.
Trust me,
Yes.
I know.
It's a lot to being on that signal that y'all hear people over your radio signal. It's a lot of guidelines to that. And I honestly, not that I wasn't ready. It was more so I just didn't want to do that. My goal was I wanted to stay underground.
So what changed our mind?
What changed my mind was, God. God smacked me upside my head and was like, dude, this is what you've been asking for. I'm giving it to you. Why are you turning? Like, he literally spoke to me. Like, why are you turning this down? This is the opportunity I'm giving you. And then on top of that, I was thinking about Jones, Pretty Riot. I was thinking about a lot, like, if I do this, how will it affect Illinois and Illinois radio? So I just had a lot on my mind, but God, like, literally reached out to me and was like, dude, you tweaking. Do this. This is my opportunity to you. And yeah, I eventually was like, you know what, forget it. Let me put my application in, and got it done. And I became the midday host at Vocalo. And from there, I ended up a year later being the morning host on Vocalo. So that's been a blessing. Like, and to at least have some type of creative freedom, I feel like that's the biggest blessing of everything, because as we all know, a lot of radio hosts get on these platforms and their freedom is locked up. Locked. They can't do nothing but read this paper and do what they're told.
Sell this ad.
Exactly. So with joining Vocalo, like with them actually being open to, hey, what's some ideas you would like to present? What are some things you would like to bring to the platform? I'm like, I'm so happy I did not let this opportunity go. And eventually we came up with the Windy City Hour.
Hey,
and the Windy City
that's
Hour.
Dope. Talk about that a little bit.
I got to shout you out on that because the Windy City Hour actually it was titled by Chocolate Baddie. So I remember I hit you up like, yo, I'm trying to do something for the city, but I just need a name. I'm thinking about the Chicago Hour. I don't know yet. And you was like, Windy City Hour. So definitely shout you out for helping me with that title. And the Windy City Hour is pretty much what it is. It's an hour of Chicago music during noon until 1 p.m. That's a hot spot time. We're not playing your music at night.
That's break time.
Like these other stations, they playing your shit in a mix. And let me get on these. I'm not depicting these DJs neither. We playing your music. We actually playing your single. We're not playing your music for 30 seconds, like when you land in a DJ mix. So it's a creative hour to actually,
tap in
with
Chicago artists.
Discover more artists.
Period, man. Hey, and I just want to say real quick, like, shout out to you, you know what I'm saying, for just putting the city on, showing genuine love and support to the artists that's in the city, you know what I'm saying, like, using your platforms, because it take a real person to still, you know what I'm saying, stay true to themselves, because some people get on these big platforms and they like, oh, yeah, talk to me when your numbers get up, you feel me? And they just forget about the whole come up struggle.
Big facts.
And so shout out to you for always keeping that in mind and being considerate of that. You know what I'm saying? If I had a bomb, I'd drop it right now. But speaking of, what are your 5-year goals for Illinois radio as a station?
5 year?
Yeah, you said you always think things in 5, so why not? 5-year goals. What do you see goals. Illinois radio in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see us being a very prominent platform. Like, we're making impact now. Some of your favorite radio stations, of course, watch what we do and take some of that sauce and add it to their platform. So I see us being even more prominent. Name drop tonight. I ain't gonna name drop, but if you pay attention, you know. And it's not even a diss, because I'm happy that I'm happy that we're helping. But I see us continuing to be a prominent source, impactful source. Honestly, the next goal is just building a budget. With us being a platform for the public, we don't take payola. When we play artists' songs, we're not charging them to play their songs. When we bring artists up here to interview them, we're not charging them for interviews. Like, we don't do that. So I say within that 5 years, just honestly building up revenue to keep these doors open, because shit costs. That app costs. Broadcasting costs. So that's one of the next goals.
To speak on that, man, and listen, price going up, so y'all better tap in now.
Should start charging.
Hey,
what we offer, shit.
With that being said, the music career, is it completely dead, or what's going on? What's going on with that?
I mean, iLLANOiZE album is on your streaming platforms right now. You can stream that thing. It's out there. But will I drop another album? I mean, who knows? If I can get some time where I can focus on music, maybe. But my focus is not music right now. My focus is building this brand, building this organization we have, building this platform we have to continue to spread opportunity. And that's honestly my focus. Music, I enjoyed it while I had it. At the end of the day, the music is what led us to where we are at now. Mm-hmm. But honestly speaking, that is not my focus. My focus is by far way bigger than the music. I mean, music is part of what we do, of course, but yeah, my focus, me making music, my mind has expanded to seeing just, bigger things. And I'm not down talking to anybody or down talking the music industry. It's just, I just have a different vision.
All right, well, hopefully, we can listen, I'm trying to get Baddie Boss, okay? Because y'all know how I am. You just don't tell Chocolate Baddie no, okay? But we're going to take a quick music break. Before we get up out of here, though, what's one thing you want everybody to, when they hear iLLANOiZE, what do you want them to think of? What do you want them to imagine? What's the first thing you want to come to their head when we think of iLLANOiZE as a brand?
I want them to understand that you said as a brand. When they think of iLLANOiZE, what do I want them to think of?
What you want them to think of?
Gotcha.
How you want them to feel?
I want them to feel like they know that this brand is a place that's going to get it done, first and foremost. We not your average brand, how motherfuckers be trying to make us out to be. We not that. We are by far from that, because I feel like people be putting they feel like man, what's the best way the best way I could say is we not that. We're a brand that can help you expand. And I just want people to take more notice of that and be more appreciative. When they see iLLANOiZE, they understand that brand cares. That brand right there is real, efficient, and they fucking care. And they're doing what they can to expand more opportunities. So that's the first thing I want people to understand, that this ain't no fucking gimmick. This shit took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, not just for me.
Tonight.
Not just for me, but everybody under this platform worked their ass off. Chocolate Baddie do her show by herself every week. That shit is not easy, y'all, and she gets it done. Ill Sound Radio come together every Sunday. Get it done. Everybody on this platform get shit done, and we don't even ask for nothing. We just do it for a passion. So I want to let that be known. This shit is not a gimmick. And a lot of your artists that y'all getting in tune now, we was the first to put you in tune with them and help expand them.
Pop your shit.
So, that's one thing I want. I want
some people ain't
gonna
say it.
Yeah, some people
but we gonna say that shit.
Because they feel like we're a hidden gem and they want to keep us hidden, which is understandable.
But if we blew up tomorrow, they gonna be the first one. Oh yeah, man. They was the first people to rip.
Yeah, exactly. So treat us.
Now we was the first people.
Treat us like you treat these other brands with these so-called numbers. We might not have 1 million followers or 10. We might not have the numbers y'all would like to see, but trust me, it's not about social media. Our impact is real, and motherfuckers saw that Monday night. It's hard to bring people out on a Monday, and we did that. So that's one thing I want people to understand. And also I want people to understand that if you put your mind to it, at the end of the day, you can get it done. You just got to stay focused, stay positive, and honestly put that work in. You put that work in, it'll work out for you. So that's the type of brand. That's what I want people to understand when they see these logos, and when they see us on the scene, that we not a gimmick, and show us the same support you show these other platforms that really ain't did shit for you, that we actually help put you in tune with. And that's facts.
That's facts, man. Pop your shit. Hey, before we tap into this next baddie banger, though, let everybody know where they can get up with you at, because again, you be real behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, I keep it
real
that way
behind the scenes. But listen, This is the boss man, okay? So y'all be hitting me up. You know, for the people who hit me up that want to be on iLLANOiZE radio.
Don't lead them my way. Yeah, don't lead them my way.
Get up at them, man. Get up at them, because you feel me? Before you do that, though, what? I got to ask this, because people hit me up all the time. You feel me? Even way before I got on the station, you feel me? People be watching, so they ain't, oh yeah, you fuck with them, they fuck with you. How I get on their show? How I do this? So what do an artist gotta go through to get on iLLANOiZE radio, the show?
Well, you gotta be.
What do you look for in artists?
I look to see the support in artists. I look to see if they're trying to be seen, meaning not being thirsty, but meaning genuinely being seen, like showing up to events faithfully. Just because you show up to one event don't mean we finna bring you to the show.
Right.
Hell no. So if you popping out to shows consistently, if you consistently, you know, alerting us on social media with your likes and comment and retweeting and actually sharing shit, that opens our eyes to, well, let's check this artist out, see what they got going. And you know, that's really how to go about getting on our show. If you got a story too, if you got a story I feel that makes sense for our audience, I'm gonna bring you through. But for those that I ain't gonna say thirsty, but for those that, you know, feel like it's gonna benefit them, just know we pay attention to bullshit. So genuinely support. You genuinely support, we got you.
Hey, listen, you heard it here first. I don't think anybody else then got that up out of him, okay? So if you're trying to get on, you better tap in, man.
Brown skin, then she tatted up. Chocolate patty, shorty, find it what?